Alright, so today's class you are going to need a foam roller and a strap and your mat. And we can begin in a nice comfortable seated position on top of your foam roller. So you have two choices. You can sit with your knees bent, feet on the ground, or you can sit in a cross-legged position, whichever is more comfortable for you. Cross-legged position obviously starts to stretch out the quads a little bit and the ankles. So you want to sit up nice and tall, draw your belly button in tight towards your spine. Roll the shoulder blades all the way back, crown of the head toward the ceiling, and then when you're ready, take your right hand to the left side of your head. Carefully bring your right ear to your right shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck. You can stay just like this, or you can walk the left fingertips out here. So walking the fingertips out intensifies the stretch. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, inhale, fill up. And that as you exhale, drop your chin towards your collarbone, look down for your right knee. Now take your left fingertips, put them underneath your foam roller. And we want to pull up on the foam roller to give yourselves a stretch on like the back left side of the neck. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Make some slow half circles here, gently just rocking side to side, feeling the stretch in the back of your neck. And then carefully roll your left ear to your left shoulder, left hand to the right side of your head, and then pull your left ear to your left shoulder for a stretch to the right side of the neck. You can stay just like this or walk the right fingertips out. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, drop your chin toward your collarbone, hook the right fingertips underneath the foam roller. 2 more breaths. Inhale, fill up. Exhale out. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, drop your chin towards your chest again. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Start to round your upper body all the way forward. Point your elbows to the floor. When your next inhale comes, lift your gaze up past the screen toward the ceiling, arch the spine, and then exhale, round back forward to start. Inhale, arch the spine, open up the chest. This is cow pose. Exhale, round back forward to cat. Take 2 more here. This is an excellent stretch to use to break up your day if you're spending a lot of time seated. Let's go for 1 more. Start back in your cat, and then inhale, open up cow pose. Exhale, round back forward for cat pose. And then sitting up nice and tall, 1 more time. Glue your belly button and your spine together, shoulders back, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Inhale, lift up all the way, palms to the top. Exhale, big press out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lift up nice and tall. As you exhale, twist to the right. Your right hand drops down next to your tailbone. Left hand to the outside of the right leg. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist the torso. Again, inhale, sit up. Exhale, twist. Last time, inhale. Exhale, twist out all the way. Come on back up to neutral as you inhale. Take it to the other side. Left hand down behind. Right hand to the outside of the left leg. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist. Again, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale, exhale out all the way. Come on back up to neutral, inhale, and then exhale, let it go. Drop your right hand down, left arm reaches all the way up and over, finding your side body stretch. So we don't want to have like this lazy spaghetti left arm. We want to have a nice active reach here, as if you could touch your wall with your middle left fingernail. And activating that arm really starts to intensify the stretch of the left side body. Hold for 1 more inhale. Exhale out all the way, and then inhale to sit back up. Now this time, left hand down, right arm up and over. Same idea here, really intentionally reach through that right arm. Inhale. Exhale out all the way, and then inhale to sit back up. Great. So arms come out into a T shape. Take your right arm, cross it underneath your left, hook at the elbows, and then from here, hold on to opposite shoulders. You can stay here holding opposite shoulders, or you can release your fingertips, take your right fingers around the left wrist. So now we're all wound up here. Elbows and shoulders are in a straight line. We don't want to stick the belly button out and arch the spine. You want to draw your belly button back in, almost as if you can line your belly button and your tailbone up with each other in a straight line here. So from there, inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, push your elbows forward. It should feel awkward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push. Last time, inhale. Exhale, press out all the way. Hold it there as you inhale again. And then exhale, let it go. Back to your T shape. Other side. Left arm underneath the right. Hug opposite shoulders. Stay here or release your fingertips, left fingers around the right wrist. So one more time, we want to zip the belly button up, line it up with the tailbone, elbows and shoulders in alignment. Inhale, lift the fingertips up. Exhale, push your elbows out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, press out all the way. Hold it there as you inhale again. And then exhale, let it go. Shake it off. Nice job. Last stretch seated. You'll need your strap. Feel free to adjust your legs if you need to. We want to make the strap nice and wide and take some pass-throughs. So pass-throughs are a great way to keep your shoulders safe, especially if you're spending a lot of time at a desk. They're also great for helping us get ready to put on some winter jackets, which is not too far away. Let's go for about 5 more. So if you need more support, you would make your grip wider. If you want more of a challenge, make your grip shorter. Changes every day. Listen to your shoulders. We never want to force anything. Let's go for 1 more full round, all the way up and back, and then let it go. Now make your grip shorter, about as wide as your knees. Arms come up into a letter V shape, and now bend your elbows behind you. So again, we don't want to stick the belly button out and arch the spine. You want to zip the belly button in tight towards your spine, line it up with your tailbone. So like the crown of your head, the middle of your back, belly button, tailbone, one straight line here. Now from there, your elbows really do the moving. You're going to draw your elbows back. From there, feel the shoulder blades kiss each other. If I were to come to your home, stick a piece of paper between your shoulders, it would not move. Shaking is okay, but holding your breath is not. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Good. So last stretch with the strap. You're going to place the strap in your right hand for the triceps. We want that elbow, shoulder, hip alignment here. Wrap the left arm around, grab the strap, and pull the strap down. Good. Don't arch the spine. Stay nice and straight here. 2 more breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, let that go. Shake it off, other side. Strap comes in the left. Same alignment. Wrap the right arm around and pull the strap down. I always find it's helpful to look out, not down. I find if you look down, you tend to shift your body down. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, let that go. Great. So you can toss your strap off to the side. Send your foam roller toward the back of your mat, and we're going to do a little bit of upper back stuff before we move into some more yoga poses. So when we are foam rolling out the upper back, the lower part of your shoulder blades, that's the lowest point you're going to go. So, gentlemen, especially if you're wearing, imagine like you're wearing a string bikini. Where that bikini line would be is the lowest point the foam roller will go on your back. That's a safety thing, so we want to make that priority. From there, feet, hips on the ground, hands come behind the head. Inhale, lean back all the way, look for the wall behind you. Exhale, come on back to neutral. So you are moving over a still foam roller. The foam roller is not moving. And if you notice, this is really similar to that seated cat-cow we were doing. Inhale, lean back, arch the spine. This is like cow pose. And then exhale back to neutral. That soft little rounding is like cat. Your goal here is to create so much space in your chest and your upper back that the crown of your head comfortably touches the mat behind you. Let's go for about 3 more. That is physically possible. Life just gets in the way, makes our upper back really tight. Last one. Inhale, lean back like cow pose. Exhale, forward for cat. From here, your gaze will shift up to the ceiling. Feet stay planted. Lift your butt up. Now roll forward and backward over the upper back. So remember, your imaginary bikini string is the lowest point you will go. We never want to go lower than that. It's just a really sensitive area. We'll get to lower back later. You might feel some snaps, crackles, and pops. Those are good sensations. Make sure you're breathing through them. We never want to hold our breath. None of this matters if you're holding your breath. You have 3 grip options. You can stay with your hands behind your head like this. You can interlace your fingers and push your palms away from you, or you can hold on to opposite elbows. And cute dog. Ernie, no. Shh. Last 15 seconds here. And my dog obviously doesn't want my upper back to feel good. That's fine. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So from there, you're going to sit up. Just give yourself a little bit of a rest. And then when you're ready, we're gonna set up in that exact same position, feet and hips on the ground, hands behind the head, and just start to tap your mat side to side. You should feel like a little bit of a pinch start to develop underneath your armpit. If it starts to bring some heat to your body or makes you even sweat a little bit, that's because we're massaging out your lymph nodes down there. So just sort of aiding in that whole detoxification process. It's all good. Let's go for 2 more each side. Last one. And then from here, slowly sit up just for a second and send the foam roller underneath your head. So your neck is one of 2 places we're never directly rolling forward and backward on, but instead we move over a still foam roller. Bend your knees, plant your feet, butt stays on the ground, look at your knees, and gently just rock your head from side to side. So with your gaze at your knees, you should feel a massage at the base of your head. And now if you shift your gaze up to the ceiling, the massage transfers to the middle of your head. From there, start to make a zigzag with your gaze. And with that zigzag, you give yourself like half of a head massage. So what I mean by a zigzag is just picking a couple of points out in front of you that you can work your way all the way up to the ceiling and then all the way back down to your knees. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure your head is nice and neutral. Then we're going to carefully sit up. And we've got one more thing on the foam roller, fan favorite, the lats. So bring your foam roller to the right side of your mat. When we roll out your lats, you want to find your first rib. 1 inch above it is our starting position, and we're only rolling north into the armpit, not south into the rib cage. Golden rule with foam rolling, we only want to roll muscles, never bones. So to set up, we're on the right side to begin. Your right leg is your bottom leg and it's long. You're going to plant your left foot behind your right leg. 1 inch above your first rib is where the foam roller will rest. And then you're going to walk your fingertips out, so you're pressing into your right fingertips. Left hand comes behind the head, and then just gently start to rock side to side here. And you should feel like a really, really deep tissue massage in that spot. For the majority of us, it's super uncomfortable. That doesn't make you a bad person or weak. It just means that it's a really heavily used area, right? We are driving all the time. We're picking things up. We are putting things away. We're always using our upper body. And then from here, let's just send the foam roller north into the armpit 1 more inch. Find a new spot. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, let's carefully sit up and switch sides. So now the foam roller comes off to the left corner of your mat. Your left leg is your bottom leg and it's long. Your right foot plants behind the left leg. Find your first rib cage, first set of ribs. 1 inch above it is where we'll rest the foam roller. Walk the left hands out, right hand behind the head, and start to rock side to side on that spot. So one side might feel different than the other. That's completely okay, and balances do happen. Maybe you are a side sleeper. Maybe you carry a backpack or a pocketbook to one side only. Maybe when you sit, you shift to one side. All things, like subtle things to keep in mind because they do make a difference. Pause, send the foam roller north into your armpit to another spot. We're here for another 10 seconds or so. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully make your way into a tabletop position. Foam roller can go off to the side for now. So now that the upper back is all nice and loose, we are going to make our way to downward facing dog sooner or later. In your tabletop position, we have all 10 fingers pointed forward, shoulders above the hands, hips above the knees, tuck your toes into the mat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips, look up. This is cow pose. And then exhale, push your hips forward, look between your knees for cat. Move along at your own pace, connecting your breath to your movement. So this is really the 3rd time today we're hitting cat-cow. The first 2 we're targeting the upper spine, and now this one gets directly into the lower back. So hopefully you're noticing a theme for this class, and the back should feel really, really nice when we're done. Let's go for 1 more. Inhale, cow, and then exhale, cat. And then come on back to neutral. So from here, we're going to make our way to downward facing dog. Tuck your right toes to the back edge of your mat. Tuck your left toes back. We're in a plank. Without moving your hands or your feet, send your hips all the way up and back for downward facing dog. In your downward dog, let's go through the alignment. But first things first, if down dog is ever uncomfortable, come to child's pose. That's perfectly acceptable. You're pressing in between the thumb and the index finger. That's going to keep the wrists nice and safe. Your ears are framed by your biceps, the upper part of your arm, and your gaze is in between your feet. You are pushing your chest back towards your thighs so that you feel the shoulders lift and the spine sink. There's an imaginary fish hook on your belt loop, pulling your hips up high toward the ceiling. If you need soft bend in the knees here, you should feel a really nice juicy hamstring stretch. It should not be painful. And lastly, your heels are hovering above the ground. We're here for 3 more breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale, fill up, exhale out. One more big inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, walk your feet up to your hands. Hands to shins, flatten out the back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, carefully roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. And exhale at the top. So coming to the top of your space, inhale, reach up all the way, palms meet at the top. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flatten out the back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, carefully roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale at the top. Coming down again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hands to shins. As you exhale, lower down. This time, hold on to opposite elbows here in your ragdoll position. In your ragdoll, try to have your head framed by your arms. Soft bend in your knees if you need to, and you can even just rest your belly on your thighs here. Now we want to lift the hips up as you inhale. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, fold. 1 more big inhale. Exhale out all the way. Press your hands into your shins. Inhale, flatten out the back. Exhale, lower down. And then inhale, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale at the top. So walk to the back of your space now. Inhale, lift up, palms are at the top. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, press your hands to your shins, flatten out your back. As you exhale, feet stay, walk your hands forward to your plank pose first. And then from your plank, hips go up and back, downward dog, second one. So take notice how your downward dog feels in comparison to classes where we don't use the foam roller. Foam rolling makes the upper back so much more loose and downward dog so much more bearable, especially if you're someone who's sensitive to down dog. We're here for just 2 more breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. 1 more inhale, and then exhale. Drop your knees down to the ground. Make your knees as wide as the mat, big toes together, heels apart. Sit on top of your heels and walk your body forward to your child's pose. So if your forehead does not comfortably touch the mat here, I don't want it hanging in outer space. I want you to place a prop underneath your head, whether that's a block, a book, a blanket. We always want the forehead resting on something to avoid any neck strain. So we're going to make our way to use the foam roller on the quads now. So when you're ready, walk your hands back towards your knees and come to sit on your heels toward the back of your space. And then grab your foam roller. So your setup is a little delicate here. We never want to just like roll over the kneecaps here. Remember, we're not rolling over bone, only muscle. So you're going to come to stand on your knees and you're going to walk out onto your forearms. So if you're someone who has knee sensitivity or knee issues, this is an excellent pose for you. So what we're going to do, the foam roller is like 1 inch above your knee. You're going to flex your feet as if there's an imaginary wall behind you. You're stomping on it. And start to roll forward and backward over the quads. You should be feeling some snaps, crackles, and pops. Those are all good things. So the idea here is that we decrease the tension in the quad muscles so that we take the load off of the knees. We want to make the load to bear. We want to put the bearing on the quads, not the knees is the idea. Now let's go big toes together, heels slightly apart. Feel that little shift. So what's cool about this pose is that the different angles we place our feet at controls the angle of the quad that gets massaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's go heels together, toes apart. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then finally knees wide. Try to kick yourself in the butt. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So to exit, you want to tuck your toes into the mat. Carefully walk your hands back and just give the thighs a nice little tap. So from here, you're going to bring your knees together and send your foam roller in between your legs. So we're going to use the foam roller as a little bit of a prop coming into hero pose. So knees together, feet as wide as the mat, and you're going to sit onto your foam roller. So if your knees come off of the ground, just scoot the foam roller back so it's actually underneath your butt, not your legs. We want the knees to be touching the ground. So depending upon your sensitivity and whatever tightness you have going on, a couple things starting to feel. You should start to feel a big stretch happening in the quads, and you should start to feel an ankle and a foot stretch. So if this is enough, absolutely stay. If you want more, walk your hands behind you. If from here you feel absolutely nothing, I want you to come forward and ditch the foam roller. And then you walk your hands back. So the ultimate expression of this pose, which I will not be demonstrating today, is that you keep your legs as they are, and you end up all the way on your back with your arms up overhead. Maybe sign into class for another time for a special surprise. So no matter where you are, you're feeling some form of a quad and an ankle stretch. And the golden rule of yoga is that the more intense a pose or sequence is, the deeper your breath should be. We want to use the breath to relieve any sort of that tension. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So to exit, you're going to bring one hand forward, the other hand on top of your thigh. Carefully lift your butt off the foam roller. And we're just going to use downward dog to let that go. So coming hands forward, you're going to tuck your right toes to the back edge of your mat, tuck your left toes to the back edge of your mat, lift your hips all the way up and back for your final downward facing dog. Good, so bend your knees, carefully lift your hips up, push your chest back towards your thighs. Hold for 3 more breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, drop your knees down, knees and feet together. Sit back on your heels. Take one more child's pose. So downward facing dog is considered a back bend, and child's pose is considered a forward bend. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. 1 more inhale. Exhale out all the way, and then gently start to bring your hands back toward your knees. Sit on top of your heels, and that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining me.